Hey folks, welcome to another day tripping with Ken. We are here in Buena Park, just a little bit north of Beach Boulevard from Knott's Berry Farm. We're here at Porto's, and the reason why we're at Porto's is because, well, they're coming to downtown Disney. Now, I've never been to Porto's before. I've passed by this many times here in Buena Park. I've had their pastries before that people have brought to us, but I thought, let's take a trip up here. It's not too far north of Disneyland, because finally, after much delay of like 2 years at least, construction is beginning on Porto's in downtown Disney. They've removed so far a couple of the ticket booths. They still haven't started deconstruction of the existing building where Earl's and prior to that La Brea Bakery was, but it looks like that's going to be underway soon. Now, I don't know how long it'll be before Porto's will be open there. I'm guessing about a year and a half. I'm figuring several months for deconstruction and kind of leveling that area, getting the new foundation in. It's going to be a whole new building. And then once that starts construction on the new building, I would assume that's going to take at least a year. So I'm thinking a year and a half at the soonest before Porto's opens. But I thought we'd come up here, take a look around. This is a huge building. Try some of their food and take you along with us. So come join us. So as you go in, off to the left is a coffee bar where there's all kinds of great Cuban coffees, some drinks, and fresh juice. And then on the other side, across from that, is the bakery. This would be the area you would go into if you just wanted to get stuff to take home. They have all the same items as they do in the cafe. And of course, they got their wonderful pastries. And at the very far end, you can see there they have their cake displays. So if you want to get a whole cake to take home, you can do that as well. We decided just to go into the cafe. You can get everything over there, and that way we can get our stuff and take it to our table. So here's a quick look at the menu up there, and as I said, I'm getting the Cuban or Cubano, and I'm also getting the guava lemonade. They're known for their guava, and you can see their prices are very reasonable. I mean, most of the sandwiches are under $10. A couple are a little bit more than that, but I've always heard their prices are very reasonable. If you look over here, they've got other items as well. They've got tamales and a meat pie and potato ball, all kinds of different things. So it's not just a place to get pastries, although that is what they're known for. And look at all the delicious rolls and breads back there. So the line's going pretty fast. We should be ordering, getting up there pretty soon. So while I'm waiting for my sandwich or waiting for our guava lemonades, we're enjoying some plantain chips. We got a bunch of different things. We got some seafood, chicken, and ham and cheese croquettes. And of course, we had to get some guava pastries to take home. We got their famous guava cheese pastry. And then maybe the other one was a strudel, right? Guava strudel, okay. So those we'll take home. And I'm gonna have my Cuban sandwich here, and Joanna has some of the croquettes, but these plantain chips are absolutely wonderful. So my Cuban sandwich has arrived. You can see it's loaded with sliced ham, sliced roast pork, Swiss cheese, dill pickle, and mustard on a crusty roll. And you could tell the roast pork is made in-house. It's really good. A little bit better view of it here with the plantain chips that it's served with, and this was absolutely excellent. Here's a look inside the potato croquettes. Basically, it's like a mashed potato filling. This one had ham and cheese inside with it, and this one was chicken. Kind of reminded me of a chicken pot pie in flavor. We got a seafood one as well, and of course the refreshing guava lemonade. This was so good. A little mint on top, a little slice of lemon. Well, I have to tell you, folks, that was absolutely fantastic. The food was excellent and very reasonably priced. Now, we got, I think, 9 croquettes. We got 3 each of the ham and cheese, the chicken, and the seafood. I got the Cuban sandwich. We've got about 6 guava pastries to take home. And, we got a couple drinks here. All told, it was $48, which is not bad at all. And interesting to note that when you go to pay, they don't even ask for a tip. It doesn't come up in the payment system, which I was surprised about because everywhere you go nowadays, that always comes up, but not here. Now, as I said, I got the Cuban sandwich. And, there's 2 types of Cuban sandwiches. I am not an expert on them by any stretch of the imagination. But I know there's the Miami style, which is, I think, more broadly known. That is, of course, roast pork and ham, cheese, pickles, and mustard on a nice crusty roll. And then the Tampa version. And the Tampa version has salami on it, from what I understand. I've never had that version. Every place I've ever had a Cuban sandwich, which is obviously here, but I had it at the Earl of Sandwich in downtown Disney. Panera used to have them near us. I've even had it at a couple locations in Walt Disney World, I think at one of the festivals in Epcot, and then one of the hotels we were at. I've never had it with salami. So for those of you who know the Tampa version better, I want to try that one day. Let me know. It just seems the Miami version is more the traditional version. I know a lot of people may comment that that's not true, but that's the one that you seem to find most often. If you remember the movie called The Chef with Jon Favreau, where he gets a food truck and goes around, and his goal is to start a Cuban sandwich truck, and that's the Miami style. And that's one of the first times I ever really heard of the Cuban sandwich. I've heard of it, but really saw what it was. So that's kind of the only version that I've ever had, but I'll have to try the other one someday. But this was just excellent. As I said, it's just right down the block north of Knott's Berry Farm. I can see in the background there's Knott's right there. So it's just right up the block north. It's right next to Medieval Times, which is right over my shoulder there. So if you see that big sign, it's right next door. It's actually quite a modern looking building for a Cuban restaurant, but it is absolutely excellent. Now, read a little bit of the history. Apparently Rosa Porto, who grew up in Cuba under Castro, she started a little family business to make money, to sell different kinds of pastries and the little potato balls and all in her neighborhood, which I guess back then in under Castro was highly illegal and kind of dangerous to do. She then immigrated into the United States in the early 1970s and opened her first Portos in the mid-1970s. There's several locations now. There's Glendale and Burbank, and of course here in Buena Park, and eventually in downtown Disney, and 2 or 3 other places as well. You can go on their website and get all that information. Just absolutely excellent. If you're in this area around Knott's Berry Farm, I highly recommend coming here. In fact, you can just take a short walk out of Knott's instead of eating lunch there. Seriously, come here. Not only is it far better food, your money's going to go a lot further. So I really do thank you for watching another Day Tripping with Ken. I really appreciate it. And as the motorcycle goes by, I really do appreciate it. And if you got a comment about this or about Cuban sandwiches, I'd certainly like to hear from you. And of course, if you can subscribe and like, my channel is fairly new. It always helps out. My other channel is What Is Ken Up To, where I do stuff around the house, gardening and things like that. I'm going to put up a new video there soon. So you can check that out as well. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time on Day Tripping with Ken. I have to tell you, my prediction is when this opens in downtown Disney, a year and a half or so from now, it will become the #1 downtown Disney restaurant for sure. That's my prediction.